Hello and welcome to Full Potential Living Daily. This daily video is here to provide inspiration, motivation, and wisdom to help you be at your best every day, to crush it and make your biggest dreams become reality. I aim to help you step into power, purpose, and full potential every day because we know that living your full potential life is a habit. A high performance habit or many high performance habits. So if you're going to be able to live your fullest potential life in this lifetime, you're going to have to do that. So today we're going to step into why should you listen to this video today. Let me give you a quick rundown. Today we're going to talk about how you can be a greater leader in today's world, how you can become a greater leader today. And I'm gonna give you three ways that you can do that. And so stay throughout the whole video, check it out, like, subscribe, say what's up, drop a comment, hello friends, what's going on? All right, make sure you stay for the whole video to check it out. All right, okay, so what are we talking? How would you become a greater leader today? Hey, I'm sending you good vibes. It is 6 a.m. Well, 6:50 a.m. here in Austin, Texas. And, I'm just waking up, getting my day going. Well, it's been since about 5:50, 6 o'clock. But hey, I'm here sending you good energy, so that you can love your day, love your life, and get it going. Remember that full potential life is a habit. So, all right, guys, I want to ask you, how are you today? How are you? What's going on in your mind? Are you just waking up? Is it the middle of the day? Is it the end of the day? Whenever you're listening to this, what is your emotional state? Your mental and emotional state right now? Check in with yourself. How are you thinking, feeling? Are you on the low side? Are you having ruminating thoughts? Are you kind of neutral? Yeah, I'm kind of neutral. I heard that. I'm really in a positive place. I'm ready to listen to this. Oh, I just had something happen. Where are you at? Check in with yourself and listen to this today, because we're going to talk about something that makes you a great leader. And it's all backed by 20 years of research. I'm your high performance coach. Yes, certified 3 years now, practicing for 5 years. So today, let's talk about it. This particular habit is backed by 20 years of research from the High Performance Institute, which is based on human performance, right? They've done over 900,000 people have gone through high performance coaching. And the whole thing was backed by 20 years of research. So you can assure yourself that what I'm talking about today is something real and something that will really help you, and that all leaders do across any industry. Every industry, all leaders do these three things. So what are they? What are they? If you want to become a greater leader in your life, a greater leader at home, a greater leader for your kids, a greater leader for your team or on your team, whatever the role, if you want to be a greater leader of yourself, here is the magic high performance habit. Well, it's not really magic, but it's a high performance habit. And that habit is influence. That's right. Influence. What do you think when I say influence? Some people think, oh, somebody who has authority, somebody who is, telling people what to do. They have influence. They can change people's behaviors, right? Other people are like, oh, social media influencer? Social media, right? They're thinking influencer. We're not talking about either of those today. We're talking about influence, right? So let me read this definition for you guys. so that you have it. So influence is a noun. It's the capacity to have an effect on the character, development, or behavior of someone or something, or the effect itself, right? It's the capacity to have an effect on somebody's character, somebody's actions, somebody's development. But get this. At its core, influence is about causing change in thoughts, feelings, behaviors, or outcomes, often without direct force. So that's what we're talking about today. Without direct force, it's subtle, relational, and frequently built on trust, credibility, and what? Communication. So your level of influence as a leader is built on trust, credibility, and communication, right? So those three things really help you. I just want to say that's how influence is made, right? And let me tell you about the three things that make you influential, because we can talk about influence all day, but how do you actually do it, right? So influence, is I do want to say one more thing before I get into that. In that, one of my colleagues yesterday, going through high performance coaching, year 3 recertification, and he was talking about, he's actually a pastor, and he's now a high performance coach. He's a pastor for 30 years, and it was awesome. He talked about how his definition of influence was respectful connection, because years ago he had been impacted or influenced by John C. Maxwell, and he just felt so inspired by who this man was. He felt so moved by his ability to speak confidently and compassionately at the same time. Like, it wasn't arrogant. He was so confident, but it wasn't arrogant, right? But he called influence respectful connection. I was like, I love that. It's like respectful connection. And to me, I wrote down some notes. It was like, influence to me is like somebody who inspires you, somebody who, like, wow, I really want to be doing what they're doing. I really want to be doing that, right? So what are they doing? They're leading by example. I'm going to get to that in a minute, but they embody the values they admire, right? So it's not just about, telling people what to do, or, having some level of like authority over them. You have to understand, especially in today's world, you leaders out there of businesses, leaders out there of your life, leaders out there of your family, leaders of the world. This day and age, especially even more, you have to lead by inspiring. You have to lead, and that's just always been the best way. You have to lead. No more of this like direct authority. You're going to do what I say. Like, let's move into a way of being at a higher level. And so let's talk about the 3 ways that you can actually, like, how do I do this, man? Coach Ferguson, what's up, dude? High performance coach. That's me. How do I actually do that? How do I make it a reality? How do I gain influence, right? I want to have more influence, when I put videos out there. I want to have more influence when, I in the marketplace with my business. Like, how do I have more influence? Well, there's 3 ways. There's 3 ways you have to have influence how you can have influence as a leader. And number 1 is, people who are influential, they teach others how to think, right? They teach others how to think. So in your social media, in your posting, or in your business, in your relationships, are you ever, just think about this for yourself, are you ever teaching people how to think? Are you ever leading them in the way they should think better? Because 80-90% of life is our mindset. When we can shift and change into a growth mindset and help others get into a growth mindset, go from fixed to growth, man, so much of reality changes and so much of fulfillment and success happens when you can change your mindset, right? We all know that. Athletes out there, what's good? You know that, right? People in, everybody, psychology, we know how important our mindset is, obviously, right? But are you teaching your team how to think like you? Are you teaching the people around you how to think like you, right? You think about people who've had great impact and influence, people like Martin Luther King. I think of John F. Kennedy. My grandfather was in the JFK administration, actually. And then you think of people like Mahatma Gandhi. They clearly taught people how to think, right? I have a dream. We deserve to have equal rights. MLK, right? Civil rights. Anybody around you, right? Anybody who has a level of influence, they teach people how to think. So if you want to be a greater leader, number one, reflect on yourself. One of the best things you can do, guys, is reflect on yourself. And pushing you, challenging you to reflect on yourself and go, okay, it's not just about information that I'm giving you. It's about you reflecting and going, how can I teach people how to think better? What are the 5 questions people could start to ask themselves to start to master their psychology, to get out of being stuck, to get out of not being happy in the moment, to overcome challenges at work, right? What ways can they start to change their own psychology? And you can teach people how to think in many different ways, right? But how are you doing that? And number 2 is, what do? Influencers, or let's say people who have influence, not influencers, although some of them do, they challenge us. They challenge us, right? It's like, I want to read this as well. Like, nothing mobilizes our attention and best energies better than a challenge that demands us to stretch our knowledge, skills, and abilities in order to meet those demands, right? Just think about a time for you. Anybody who's been influential, like, who's the most influential person in your life? Think about it. Did they challenge you? Did they challenge you to be better? Did they challenge you to do more? Did they challenge you? Think about a person that challenged you, right? That forced you to rise up and be a greater version of yourself. Coaches out there, teachers, preachers, just people, parents, people that challenged you, right? So if you want to have more influence, the second thing based on the research, you have to challenge the people around you, right? In a positive way, in a good way, right? Hey, I need you to be better here. We can do these things, right? Or even ask them a question that could help them understand where they need to grow even better. Help them come up with the answers themselves of how they need to grow. If they do that, they're a lot more bought in than if you just tell them what to do, right? So that's a little hack right there in communication. But they teach us how to think. They challenge us. And number 3, the last one of the day here, is they role model the way. Are you role modeling the way? Are you stepping up and leading your people? Are you leading your family? Men, are you leading your woman? Are you leading your friends? Are you leading yourself at least? Are you able to lead yourself every day in a positive way, right? Some of us get off track. I get it. Someone's fall off, right? All of us fall off, right? I fall off. We all fall off, right? It's just about getting back on. So number 3, based on the research, if you want to be more influential, to be a better leader, that's the skill, the high performance habit you need to be a better leader. You have to have influence. So how do you do that now? 3, you role model the way. You role model the way. Are you showing up before everybody else? Are you staying late? Are you compassionately serving others? Those 5 values of your business, those 5 values of your life, are you demonstrating them? I'm challenging you, dog. Are you demonstrating them? Are you demonstrating and role modeling the way? Are you showing up early, no matter what, when it's 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. and you don't feel like making a video? Are you showing up for your people because you want to help, you want to serve? Are you showing up are you summoning the best of yourself every day? All right. And so if you're going to role model the way, if you're going to challenge others, if you're going to teach people how to think, if you're going to be an influential leader, those are the values you have to embody. You have to embody teaching people how to think. You have to embody challenging others. You have to embody the work, doing it. You have to role model the way. And when people see you leading with confidence, passion, and purpose, you're unstoppable. You're unstoppable. People are going to be naturally moved by you when you start. So reflect now. Reflect today. How can you be a greater leader? How can you be how can you have more influence? Embody that today. All right? That's what I got for you today, right? When you can develop that level of influence, you become a better leader. Naturally, you inspire others, right? And that cultivates trust and respect. It cultivates a culture of trust and respect, right? Because influence turns into credibility. Influence turns into credibility. That's where I want to leave you guys today. I hope that you are stepping into your next level, being a high performer every day and stepping into your full potential life. Thank you so much for listening. Subscribe below, thumbs up, give the like button, hit that like button if this empowers you, right? If this empowers you. I'm also going to put something in the description that helps you. I'm actually going to put this in the description so you can actually go through a high performance, worksheet that helps you become more influential right away. So if you don't want to do it all on your own, I got a worksheet in the description. It's actually a type form, and you can just type. You can get your own answers. I'm so excited for you guys. What's up? Welcome to the High Performance, the Full Potential Living community. What's going on? It's your high performance coach, Eric Ferguson. Yeah, I hope you have a fantastic Thursday, a thrilling Thursday. I hope it's the thrilling Thursday. All right. Remember, if you're going to become a greater leader in your field, you have to have influence. If you're going to have influence, you're going to need to teach people how to think. You're going to need to challenge the people around you. And then you're going to need to role model the way. All right. Officially, that's what I got for you. I will see you tomorrow. Remember, as always, do not settle. Full potential life or nothing. Go and get it today. All right. Hit the music. Peace.